Okay. How's my shit working? Everything is fine. I got my cat here. Oh, come on. Hi, Cole. Oh, you got a little something on your belly, huh? Little guy. Okay. Achieve Gladiator level 10. Pretty fucking easy. Alright. A little stinker. You like that bottle cap? You like that bottle cap? I love you. I love you. God damn, you're getting big, homie. God, I fucking love him. I might make a character based off of him. Wowoburu needs an adventurer to furnish him with fresh shrew meat. The meat is an indispensable ingredient for making my smoked shrew loaves. Unfortunately, I am no fool. In preparation for this possibility, I need 2 barrel traps. I am not accustomed to butchering live beasts, so I will have to do it for you. Go figure. Okay. Bear trap. Oh shit, bro. There we go, bitch. Hell yeah. Alright. So... okay. Well, that was easy enough. What the fuck? The fuck? Hey, have you carved up the critters? Quickly, else my customers will complain. Oh yeah, I got something for you right now. The rich, robust redness, shrew meat is lean yet lovely. Slathered in my secret sauce and smoked. It takes time to prepare it properly though, so I fear it may be forced to deny our dedicated customers their desired dinner regardless. Oh well, hey, give me that dub, boys. Give me that motherfucking dub. Alright. Whoa, what is this over here? Well, it's not upstairs. Oh, that dude is badass. What is this? Alright, so I don't know where the hell this store is unless it's... I genuinely have no clue. Ashley. Alright, so where am I going, dude? All the way the fuck over there. Oh shit. Alright, so I might as well. God damn. Dude, that was a beefy ass fucking mount. Okay. You're an adventurer, yes. If you're not otherwise occupied, I have a favor to ask. For this purpose, I've purchased from the Royal Plantations, prodigiously plump pumpkin, peculiarly popular piece of produce. That was a lot of peas. At last, I cannot part this place to procure and proffer the pumpkin. You see, the scheduled shipment from the Nunawar mines for which I wait is late. I would prevail upon you to pick up the pumpkin in my stead and see if safely to the coffer and coffin present this receipt for purchase of Gagari at the Royal Plantations. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Plantations. And she will yield it for you. I apologize for asking you to attend to this time-consuming task, but I truly appreciate your assistance, and I cannot read for shit. I cannot read for shit. Does it come calling soon? This particular specimen shall sadly be past its prime. Well, I got something for you, girl. Oh, so you're to deliver the Decadent Delight. I could say with confidence that any gourmand would be grateful for such a grand gift. Fresh produce is somewhat scarce in these parts. You know that the way the coffer and coffin, correct? It is beyond the bridge to the northwest. Look at the place where local laborers lounge. I was literally just there. Whoops. Like, I was just there. Drink up, my dears. Drink for ye, lady. You won't get better ale or spirits for ye coin than at me place. What's that? We Sinsadoa asked ye to bring this here to me? Ha he. So even the foul-mouthed drunk knows the meaning of remorse. Reckon this is for the time I carry this drink son ours back home. But hells, an honest to God's pumpkin from the royal plantations. I can't wait to see what the cooks do to her. The lads here scoff down beastly amounts of meat, and it's starting to tell on their health. It would be good to get more vegetables in their bellies, assuming I can get the stubborn bastards to try something new. Thanks for your help, lady. Laddie. I don't know why I'm saying lady. Laddie. Word is Blackbrush Station sorely undermanned. The stone torches there can't get the moment's peace. A bloke by the name Old Warren is hoping to bolster their numbers for a short-term assignment or two. If you fancy putting a few extra gil in your pocket, you could do a lot worse. You can view equipped gear by Southern on your keyboard. All right, let's see. Okay. Good, everything appears to be in order. Yet, now that naught is guaranteed in this world, fate is a fickle mistress, after all. At any rate, capable adventurers like you are few and far between, and I would not have thrown your life away. I have had to bury too many comrades who brush aside cracks in their hauberks and dents in their helms. No matter what you face, do not disregard the importance of gear. I was right. Don't you fucking dare. Ooh. My first belt. Now it ain't exactly my job to mind his business. I'm a torch, he's a blade, but at the end of the day, we're both people, you know what I'm saying? Any road. I went over to him just earlier, asked what's wrong, but he refuses to tell me, the stubborn bugger. Seems his pride's more important to him than his life. What is it with men and acting tough? I told myself I've tried, but if the fella ends up kicking the bucket, I don't want that on my conscience. I know this is sudden, but could you try to talk to him into drinking a high potion? I'd sleep a deal bit better. I ain't got one on me, but one of them fellas over yonder sells them. Just breathe. Pain is just weakness. I'm leaving the goddamn in my head. If only I had saved a honey, I think I'd be alright. Huh. Well, I don't really need this, but if you insist, you have my thanks, adventurer. I was resigned to suffering in silence, for I, Osbert, the Undying, a veteran of countless battles, could not afford to show weakness to my colleagues and our allies. They looked for me for inspiration, you see. To think that I was almost brought low by a gentle blow to the head. Ha ha ha. I was only incapacitated for a few moments, I think. To repay you for the discretion of this delicate matter, I shall share with you my warrior's wisdom. If you must practice your juggling, use heavy stones at your own peril. Excuse me. Okay, let's get to it then. Ye ore wagons pass through the station every day, but not without incident. Wagons coming and going from the dispatch yard to the south must pass through a tunnel by Fesca's watch, a tunnel in which some genius saw fit to put on an ore storehouse, creating ideal conditions for a coblin nest. So now the ore-loving bees have taken up residence in the tunnel we dug, but no more. Inside the tunnel in question, you will find a narrow fissure where the coblins hide. All right. Wait, what? Okay. Easy. That is how you handle spiders. Easy. Just like in real life, baby. Well done. It shouldn't be easy work to keep the tunnel free from goblins. But our wagon should be able to go unmolested for the time. Disruptions to ore shipments threaten not only the interests of Amangina and Sons of Mineral Concern, but the Oda herself. One might liken these train tracks to veins that bear our nation's lifeblood. If only we had more men like you to lend a hand. Ah, God, I know. What can I say, man? What can I fucking say? I try, you know what I'm saying? Okay, that's looking a little better. It's looking a little better. Actually. Zvezda. Looking for help around the station? We just received an order from Estane's lapidaries for silver ingots. let's see. What do we gotta do for this shit? Slay hammer beaks to obtain their ribs. Got you. Come on, bitch. I gotta kill 8 of these fucks? Fucking 1 left. Let's go, baby. Oh, what the fuck? Shield Bash? Iron Will? Wait, what now? Trying to think. Let's see. Let's turn this bad boy in. Let's see here. The altruistic adventure, or altruistic adventurer. I was hoping we'd bump into each other. Why? Because the most fascinating piece of news recently reached my ears, and I'm eager to share it. May I? Rumor has it that there is a vast, untapped vein of ore beneath the ruins of Sildith. But that is not all. Inconceivably, the concern appears to be entirely ignorant of its existence, and even as we speak, a young upstart, a self-made merchant from Stone Throw, of all places, is moving to claim it. The fellow's name is Weinstein, and he is very, very ambitious young man. Not only does he intend to secure exclusive excavation rights, but they say his master plans to use his new fortune to curry favor with the Sacrarium. Of course, the thaumaturges only consider the options of the most wealthy when drafting the laws of Udal. If you would have your voice heard, you must be prepared to pay Sultan's ransom. One voice, which is invariably heard, belongs to Lord Lolorido. He has long lavished Gil upon thaumaturges. I'm probably butchering that shit. It's insane. And some claim that he devises new laws with the express intention of ruining his competitors while protecting his own interests. Suffice to say, it's Weinstein thinks he can compete with the likes of the Syndicate. He's in for a rude awakening, but that eventually may yet be a little way off. For the present, he is moving ahead with his plans and assembling a team to survey this site. I'm told he's at the Coffer and Coffin right now, recruiting able-bodied adventurers to escort his prospectors. Warren said you were looking for work. Mayhap you should meet Weinstein and volunteer for his expedition. Literally was just over there. What the fuck? Dude, I swear to God, I'm slow. I swear to God, I'm slow. I told her. So I told her. What the hell's in with that incompetent little runt doing anyway? Rare as orders like these may be, we should always be keeping hammer break ribs on hand. Well, I'll be damned. Guess the girl found a way after all. Thanks for the help, Venturer. Don't quite understand it myself, but them fellas straight said it to the old way. Even though we could be using shards to refine silver faster and cheaper. Well, it ain't my gill. So that's how they want it. Just goes to show that the thaumaturges guild has more money than it knows what to do with it. Guys, what I wouldn't do to have that kind of a problem. Storyteller 2. Alrighty. The thieving rats, anything that sparkles, and they made off with several coffers. The overseer will flay me alive if he finds out. I beg you, help me get the gemstones back. Peach Blossom. Oh shit. Oh shit. Well, that was pretty fucking easy. Alright. Let's turn this bad boy in. You're back. Please tell me you retrieved the gemstones. Bitch, I got them all right here. Yeah. Thank you. Give me my shit. Keep it pushing. Oh, what a day, man. What a good day. Wait. He's down there already. Come to join? Sorry, but you're too late. Some brass blaze looking for extra coin volunteered, and the team's already en route to the ruins. But look, I know it's not easy to find work these days. If you're interested, there's something else you can do for me. There are these children outside, little ones from Stone Throw. I look after them when I've time to spare. Oh, when I have time to spare. And so they've taken to the following me around, even when I tell them not to. But what with overseeing the search for the vein, I barely had chance to visit the privy at the moment, much less entertain younglings. Can you give them these ginger cookies and convince them to go home for me? Excuse me. Let me go turn this shit in to these little shits. They say with enough money you can change the laws here, so I'm going to make a fortune and just do that. The mining companies have profited for our sufferings for too long, but in their abyss, they've grown complacent, presenting us with a golden opportunity, and we will take it. Eventually, we will reclaim our dignity and with their place within those walls. We found her. We found the vein, Winston. You must come and see. Already amazing. We leave at once. You should join me, my friend. Come and bear witness to the history in making. What? So, he just invited me along because I fed the kids? I'm assuming? Is that how it just went down? Because at first he was like, oh well, there's not enough room, you know what I'm saying? But if you can get these annoying little shits to go home for me, you know, I think I could squeeze a seat, you know, in the wagon for you. You know, I think you could I think I could find a chair for you to sit at the round table and have a few drinks with us after we make fucking millions. Yeah, I think I could do that. Level sync is in effect. If you are above the maximum allowed level, it will be synced as follows. Uh-oh. Thou's balls, son. A vein of ore in the middle of a ruined, bloody city? Goddamned idiot. What did you think was going to happen? You'd strike your rich and get cozy with the order while the masses are looked on? No one crosses the syndicate. Pan. The syndicate? Ha, finally sunk in, has it? Well, look at this. Not all ye friends have deserted ye. It seems. Lucky boy, now you won't have to die alone. Oh, dude, I'm about to fuck you up, dude. Oh, mournful voice of creation, grant ye this humble stone of soul, that it may awake to life. He's like, what the fuck? Dumb shit to say? Who's that spouting gibberish? Show yourself. Dude. This ain't part of the plan. Bloody hells. Did Lord mean to kill us too? What the fuck, dude? Hey, I sound like Asmund going, what the fuck, dude? Alright, so I need to pop that. Pop that. Hit him. Yup. Oh my god, dude, he's going down like it's fucking nothing. You were strong, but are you strong to withstand this? Fuck yeah, I am. Look at me, bitch. Ooh, that 56 though. No, get the fuck out of that. Hit him with the yeet. Impossible. Never has a golem been so sorely tested. I don't know what the fuck that Amity or I don't know that the golem could be vanquished. The man is no ordinary adventurer. A little like here, gone. Like yeet. Dude, oh, you just so happen to be so fucking late. Damn, seems I missed all the fun. Yeah, you did. I see you didn't need my help this time. And you didn't fall asleep. Congrats. Pat on the back. Oh, okay, I spoke too soon. Uh-oh, now we're having visions. Uh-oh. Lady. I would compose a ballad in your honor, but I fear no words would do the justice. A songstress of Udo herself would not reveal their beauty. Oh, stop it. Hey, man, she got some milkers on her. That's all I gotta say. I have oft heard it said that the blossom's beauty can move to a man to love and long. Or can move a man to love and long. But I never truly believed it until I met you two desert roses. I heard they attacked another cavern. Hey, boss. The business is suffering for a bloody Amalijah. What stirred him up, do you reckon? Another raid, and now wager the cavern was carrying crystals, much like the last. If they truly mean to summon a primal, we must act quickly. Are you coming, love? You wouldn't keep a girl waiting, would you? Perish the thought. So tell me, where in this marvel of a city might you lovely ladies be staying? Hey, man, my dude about to kill it. Look at him. He's about to kill it. He's got the shorter one and the taller one. They're about to climb each other, dog. Look at that. He just got them breaking two backs. Almost threw out his own. At this rate, grain will soon be more precious than gold. A result in the uncommonly bad harvest, to be sure. And we have to thank, we have you to thank for them, do we not? A, this reckoning of the etheric flow must surely be linked to Dolan Mud's descent. And of course, to the primals. A fine mess, but we must not lose hope. Lucius will throw what to do, or will know what to do. We need only to trust in his judgment. Alright, fair enough. Okay. I didn't know this was Halloween, but truly a marvel of Sherrillian ingenuity. I can't. Fuck. It's as if I could reach out and touch the ether. Probably because maybe borderline can. Time to focus. No more gallivanting about like before. The scions are counting on you. The disturbance is recent. The Solon tree? Maybe Papa Shan will know something of it. Okay. And here we go, passed out again. Looks like they gave you quite a thrashing. Can you walk? It's me. I was too late. One person interested had already quit the scene. The general? Very well. I should be there on it. My colleagues went to great lengths to provide me with the means to detect etheric disturbances, but every time I find one, you seem to be in the middle of it. I'm starting to wonder if it may not be simpler just to follow you around. Sadly, I have business elsewhere. Tread softly, my friend. The carefully laid trap you dismantled was clearly sanctioned by Lord Lolorito. I heard the Blades mention him as they fled. Believe me when I tell you that he is not a man to be trifled with. The Sultana's enemies grow bolder by the day, and I suspect that they have the support of outside forces. Thank you. If you hadn't come along, these bastards would surely have slaughtered us all. I would speak with you further, but it isn't safe for us to linger here. Find me at the Coffer and Coffin later. Until then, stay safe. I shall accompany Wyston and his men. They need protection, and I need more information. Ah, but where are my manners? I have yet to properly introduce myself. I am Thancred, a humble scholar surveying the flow of ether in Athenaland. It is an honor and a privilege to make your acquaintance. I hope when next we meet, it is under more auspicious circumstances. Farewell. Wait a moment. It occurs to me that we may have... Never mind. Fare thee well. Oh, dude, just spit it out, dog. Spit it out, man. All right. I need to look up simple layouts here. I gotta watch this real quick.
Hey everybody, I'm Raven, and today in this video we're going to go over the HUD and what settings to use and where to access those settings so that you can adjust the way that your UI looks exactly the way you want it. This is a little confusing at first, but we'll be able to figure it out and make it nice. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Now there's two main areas for adjusting how everything looks. One of them is obvious, that's the HUD layout, and there's a good chance that you probably opened this window and went, oh my gosh, that's a lot of stuff. There's also another section here in character configuration under hotbars, right over here at the side for hotbar settings, where you're going to have a number of things that are going to change the way that the hotbars work and the way that they look. So let's go ahead and go over some of those really quick and what I like to do. For the sake of this video, we've created a default UI. We've gone back to the beginnings. Chances are you have something that looks a little bit like this for your HUD. So we're going to start here from scratch and then move into it. Now in this settings menu, some of the things that I like to do right off the bat are to hide unassigned slots. What this will do is it'll make it so that you can have a hotbar open, but the slots on the hotbar that aren't being used won't appear, which is really nice. We can also get rid of these hotbar numbers here on the side by just clicking this display hotbar numbers and removing those. And we can get rid of this cycling button as well, which is kind of useless, in my opinion. over here in sharing, this is pretty important actually, and this was very confusing to me for a while, is that in the hotbar section you can decide which hotbars are shared versus which ones are unique to a character. What this does is it'll make sure that these hotbars that you have highlighted will have the same things on them no matter if you change jobs or if you change characters as well. So having these available will make sure that you've got everything that you want. It'll always be on those hotbars. And then over here, the cross hotbar, this is something that's confusing to a lot of players on PC. The cross hotbar is the special hotbar that's designed for when you're playing with a controller. So if you don't plan on playing with the controller, you can turn this off. What we're going to do right now is we're going to hop into this main HUD layout area, which can be a little bit overwhelming at first. The important thing to note is that it's showing you everything that's possibly available on the screen right now, but what it's also doing is it has a lot of these elements turned off. So if you look here at hotbar 3, this is a good example. We can see that it's in this little purple text. This means that the hotbar is disabled. So all we want to do is right-click that, and that's going to turn the text white, and that means now when we save it, we're going to see, okay, hotbar 3 is now showing up, which is great because we want that. The hotbars and what you decide to put on them aren't super important as far as to what the number is. It's really just for organizational purposes. So we can see hotbar 4 over here. If we turn this on, this is where I have a bunch of my jobs and the teleport icon. I usually like to have that over here to the side. If we go and we find hotbar 5, we can see this one is also being dedicated towards utility, and I usually like to keep that over here as well. Hotbar 8 is another one of my core skill bars. I like to have things on a bar that's just for clicking. And hotbar 9 over here, I believe this is going to be, my other utility bar. We're just going to drag this in over here. Okay, so we've already got a lot more on the screen than we had originally started with. And if you're somebody like me who likes to have access to all of this stuff, right, this is a lot. This is really messy. I'm not even sure how you could play a game like this. This would be way too much information. Well, one of the things that is very helpful for anybody working on their UI is that inside of all of these settings, we've got this little UI element gear over here. So long as we have our hotbar selected, you can see as, I'm clicking through things that it's changing up here on the menu. So long as you have the element selected, you click UI element settings, and now you're going to be taken into a screen where you can adjust things like the element size, the shape of the hotbar, and a few other things depending on what you've selected. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to bump down our hotbars down to 90%, because if we look at it, these 90% hotbars are still plenty easy to see and easy to visualize, but they do take up quite a lot less space. So we're going to bump all these down to 90%. And the other thing that I've noticed is that the original spacing for the hotbars here, it has all of this extra margin that you don't really need. This gap, I like to have my hotbars nice and tight. So if we're going to stick here with this layout of just having the hotbars nice and on top of each other, we can just drag all these down. We can say, hey, that looks pretty good. So now we've already cleaned up this center area quite a lot. We've gained a lot of real estate back. We've got all our bars nice and neat in the middle. Now, and we can do the same thing over here with these on the side, and we can say, hey, you know what? Like, we never even really need to look at these. They're not cooldowns, they're not hotbars, with shortcuts and things. They're just buttons that we want to have access to because we like having these things on the screen. So let's say we're going to bring all these down to 80%, and then that way this is going to be available to us. But it's going to be a lot smaller. It's going to take up a lot less space. So we can stick these over to the side, make them look nice and neat. And even here for the fifth hotbar, we're not using every single one of these buttons. So we can take off some of these things, and we can say, hey, we really want this available and this available. And we're going to have these things available to us. These on the side, and we can say, hey, you know what? Like, we never even really need to look at these. They're not cooldowns. They're not hotbars. With shortcuts and things. They're just buttons that we want to have access to because we like having these things on the screen. So let's say we're going to bring all these down to 80%, and then that way this is going to be available to us, but it's going to be a lot smaller. It's going to take up a lot less space, so we can stick these over to the side, make them look nice and neat. And even here for the fifth hotbar, you know, we're not using every single one of these buttons, so we can take off some of these things, and we can say, hey, we really want this available, and we're going to have these things available to us. Sometimes it is a little tricky to line things up properly. You just have to tinker around with it a little bit. And then, again, see now here on a hotbar 9, we've got this where we have these empty buttons here. We don't really want that, so let's go back into our character configuration, go down into hotbar settings, then in display, let's make sure that we click hide unassigned slots, and that's going to just remove those for us so that everything looks nice. Now, we can see too from the default that there's all this extra margin left over on the screen where things are just kind of floating a bit higher than we would like. We want to have this stuff flush to the sides because, again, this is all about having information on the screen but making sure that we have things tucked in and available so that we can see as much of the world as possible, right? So one of the things that a lot of people don't know is to move the chat window around, what you do is you actually click on general, you're going to turn this little hand icon, and now you can move this around. We're just going to tuck that in the corner. We're going to bring it up to the height over here of the of our toolbars, and that's going to make chat nice and easy to read, but we're not going to have to worry about having that just be floating out in the middle. And then we can do the same thing too with some of these other elements. So we've got up here the scenario guide. We do want to keep that. Let's keep that up there on the top. Server info, that can get tucked up to the side. Nav can get tucked in a little bit. We've got this big duty list here with all these quests. And I'll tell you what, this ends up getting super populated sometimes. And so this is another...
Oh, shit. Bro. How did I fuck that up? There we go.
Element that I like to drop down to like 80% because we want to see the duty list, we want to see what our quests are, but we don't need a huge reminder all up in here. And then another thing too is we've got this job gauge just kicking around. So let's talk about the job gauge for a second. So the job gauges will show up always up here in the corner because honestly Square just wants you to move them yourself to somewhere that you like. So I tend to put these, you know, down here somewhere that's visible, maybe just to the side of my character, because you're going to be referencing this a lot. You know, you're going to be looking at your job bar quite a lot as you play, but this is already starting to feel pretty crowded. So let's see if we can't move a few things down. I know this is starting to turn into a bit of a Bob Ross video, but you know, that's just kind of the way things are. So now we've got this a little bit tighter. Our experience bar, we need to move out just a little bit, just room there. And then we've got our job gauge down here where it's easy to see. Already, we've got a whole lot more space than we did when we were first working with it. Now, if you want to continue going down the stretch of things, We've also got these elements over here on the side. And so this right here, this row, this is showing you what's in your inventory. And so it's a visual representation of your slots. And this one right here is just your character sheet. And of course, all this stuff can be accessed with shortcuts and hotkeys and whatnot. So I like to turn that off entirely. On the inventory grid, not important. Get rid of that. And then what I usually like to do is move the kill down into the corner, or I'll put the main menu down into the corner, and I'll move the guild just next to it because it actually looks pretty nice. If you treat that little guild symbol like part of the main menu, you can actually click on that. I look at the guild, it's nice. If you do want the main menu up there, you are going to access it a lot. For the experience bar, it's kind of getting crowded down here. Let's just go ahead and move that up to the top. Now, one of the important things that is, in addition to this basic stuff, is really important is knowing that there are some things that change the way that they work. Go back into it in a second. Particularly the enemy target bar. The enemy target bar, by default, is way up here, really far away from anywhere else. And it's initially all together in one chunk. But what's really interesting is if you click on the target bar and we go to this UI element settings, you're going to see in here that there's this option to display target info independently. And as soon as we click this, we're going to break it into 3 different chunks. So we can see how this is changing up here. So once it's into different chunks, we can actually move this around all by itself. And we can say, hey, you know what? I actually want my target bar to be somewhere down here, real close to where my eyes are going to be. I want the cast bar for the boss to be someplace down here as well, because I want to make sure that when the boss is casting something, I know what he's casting, and I know what ability is coming next. And the target info status, we can just stack onto here, so the status just kind of displays right below the info. So what that ends up doing, and kind of the reason behind that, why I like to do that with my UI, because it keeps all the information that you want to be viewing right down here in the center, where we're going to break place down here as well, because I want to make sure that when the boss is casting something, I know what he's casting, and I know what ability is coming next. And the target info status, we can just stack onto here, so status just kind of displays right below the info. So what that ends up doing, and kind of the reason behind that, why I like to do that with my UI, is because it keeps all the information that you want to be viewing right down here onto here, so the status just kind of displays right below the info. And so what that ends up doing, and kind of the reason behind that, why I like to do that with my UI, is because it keeps all the information that you want to be viewing right down here in the center, where you're going to be spending most of your time in this meeting. You've got your job done, you've got your tracking resources, you've got your target bar now, you're looking at enemy health and things like that, you've got your target Another example of something entirely is the job bar itself. So if you say, hey, I need to calculate this and see how this looks, to switch to that, this basically pulls out all of the art. It says, well, instead, just the minimal information. Yes, it is, or yes, it isn't. And that part is, this specifically is for Gunbreaker, of course, this for every job in the game. It's important if you play a class, like Knight, for example, that has several resources that are all on different job gauges. There's definitely more details, more things that I could get into. One thing to note, and this is pretty important, is that you do have 3 options here for your HUD. So you can change between these. This is particularly useful for when you're first designing your first HUD and you're trying to figure out where you want everything to go, but you don't want to mess up your original one. For me personally, this is where I landed for my final HUD, where I like to have everything a little bit lower so that I have more screen real estate up here. I've got some important cooldowns in the middle, and I kind of like the job gauge, so I've got this here. I've got my enemy cast bar over here on the side. But you can see that in general, like, my concepts for all this is pretty much the same. So Anyway, hopefully these tips and this quick walkthrough kind of helps out when it comes to you thinking about how to adjust your HUD. If you have more questions about it, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And do take a look around. If you go and you search, Final Fantasy 14 HUD gallery or Final Fantasy 14 HUD Reddit and those kind of things, you're going to find a lot of different examples, and everybody has different ways that they like to set it up. And I found the game to be a lot more comfortable once I got to a place where I made things a little smaller, moved things around.
Alrighty. Well, that helped. Raid Shadow Legends. Oh shit, man. It's a little toasty in this fucking room. Boys.